Does a $400 price increase make sense for a camera that still uses a 61 megapixel sensor in a world of AI upscaling? Today, we are breaking down the newly announced Sony A7R VI. With the A1 II dominating the speed conversation, Sony had to prove that the R series still matters. And they did. But it's not just about resolution anymore. It's about usable speed, AI autofocus, and fixing the most glaring flaws of previous generations. If you shoot landscapes, weddings, or commercial work, this might be the most important camera release of the year. Welcome back to the channel. Sony has officially taken the wraps off the 7th generation of their high-resolution mirrorless system, the A7R VI. Before we dive into the spec sheet, let's establish exactly who this camera is for. The A7R VI is not a vlogging camera. It is not an A-cam for dedicated videographers. This is a 61 megapixel resolution king built specifically for photographers. Let's talk logistics. The Sony A7R VI was announced in February 2026, and bodies are slated to begin shipping in March 2026. The biggest point of contention right out of the gate is the price. The A7R VI will launch at $3,899 body only. That is a $400 price increase over the launch price of the A7R VI. Anytime a manufacturer raises the baseline price of a camera tier, the upgrades need to justify the tax. Fortunately, Sony hasn't just recycled the A7R VI with a new menu. They've overhauled the processing pipeline, the physical design, and the buffer architecture. Let's get into the 7 biggest upgrades that define the A7R VI. First, the sensor. Sony has retained a 61 megapixel resolution, but this is a brand new BSI CMOS sensor paired with a new BIONZ XR II processor and a dedicated AI processing unit. Is 61 MP still relevant in 2026 when AI upscaling software is so good? The answer is a resounding yes. AI upscaling guesses at pixel data based on patterns. A true 61 MP sensor captures the actual photons. The second major upgrade is the autofocus. Sony's AF was already industry-leading, but AI AF 2.0 takes it further. Using 759 phase detection points, the dedicated AI chip now features enhanced real-time recognition. It understands the skeletal structure of humans, birds, and animals. Number 3 is stabilization and high frame rates. The A7R VI boasts an absurd 9.5 stops of 5-axis in-body image stabilization. I was able to handhold half-second exposures in a dimly lit environment without a tripod and still resolve razor-sharp 61 MP files. The fourth upgrade is the viewing experience. Sony has dropped in a massive 9.44 million OLED electronic viewfinder with a staggering 240Hz refresh rate and a 0.90x magnification. Looking through this EVF is like staring out a freshly clean window. Fifth on the list solves a major headache from the previous generation, buffer depth. The A7R VI features a buffer that is twice as fast, capable of clearing over 200 RAW files in a single burst. Upgrade number 6 is for the purists and the wildlife shooters. The A7R VI now supports 16-bit RAW output, offering immense color depth and grading flexibility that rivals medium format systems. Finally, the physical build. The A7R VI adopts the exact same heavy-duty weather sealing as the flagship A1 II. It feels incredibly robust in the hand, largely thanks to a deeper, more ergonomic grip that balances heavy G-Master lenses perfectly. Let's talk real-world photo performance. In practice, the 61 MP files are stunning. The dynamic range is so malleable that you can underexpose by 3 or 4 stops to save highlights, and push the shadows in post without introducing banding or destructive color noise. The AI autofocus just doesn't miss. I tested it on erratic subjects, dogs running directly at the lens, cars at a track day, and low-light dance floors. The green box just glues itself to the subject's eye. The 200+ RAW buffer means you can shoot in continuous high and just trust the camera to do the work. While as an uncompromising stills camera, the video capabilities make this a highly competent hybrid tool. Having 8K 24p is fantastic for cropping in post, but the real star is the full-frame 4K at 60 frames per second with absolutely zero crop in the 4K 120p. You get 10-bit 4:2:2 color, S log 3 for maximum dynamic range, and S Cinetone for gorgeous straight-out-of-camera skin tones. Sony also included false color monitoring, which is a massive quality-of-life improvement for exposing video accurately and without relying on a histogram. Video is finally usable for high-end hybrid shooters who don't want to carry a second body. However, no camera is perfect. Here are the downsides you need to know. First, 8K video is still capped at 24 frames per second. We aren't getting 8K 60p here. Second, because this is not a fully stacked sensor like the A7R II, rolling shutter is noticeably faster and worse during electronic shutter pans or fast action video. Third, the $400 price increased things. At $3,899, it is a massive investment. Finally, file sizes. A 61 MP 16-bit RAW file is massive. You will fill up CF Express cards and hard drives faster than you expect, so budget for storage accordingly. So, should you buy it? If you currently own an A7R III or IV, this is the massive leap forward you've been waiting for. The AF, the EVF, and the buffer will completely change how you work. If you have an A7R VI, the upgrade is harder to justify unless you desperately need pre-capture, 4K 120p video, or the vastly improved buffer. The verdict? Sony has successfully defended their high-resolution crown. This is the best landscape and studio camera under $4,000 on the market today. It brings the intelligence of modern AI autofocus into a rugged body that simply produces the highest quality, full-frame images you can capture right now. I want to hear from you. Are you upgrading from the A7R VI? Comment yes or NO down below. And if you were picking this up, what lens will you pair with first? Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.